No, go back.
Wait, hold on.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Nice.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is me, Sean Tank Top. We're over here. I am in the Burlington bar. Oh, we're getting a little bit of echo there.
Feedback.
Just a little feedback. It's all good. So anyway, everybody, it's me, Sean Tank Top. We're over in the Burlington bar, and we are hanging out with. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 different people coming in on this stream right now. We got ourselves the Draces right down there to underneath. Say hi, Draces.
Hi, Draces.
What's going on? And then to my okay. To my right, we got ourselves the one, the only Kyle Hagrid. It's Alex Cruz. What's going on, baby? How you feeling?
So much better, y'all.
Yeah?
I went through some things, but I'm feeling great now. I'm feeling real good.
You're feeling pretty good. You're looking comfy. You're looking comfy as hell.
But I have to. Got to rest the butt.
You had a little bit of a medical emergency. We can get into it or not get into it.
We'll talk about it later. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Yeah, for sure. And then we have ourselves the one, the only Mr. Captain America. We got Scott Kane over here. So everybody say hi to Scott.
Hi, guys.
How you feeling, buddy?
I'm feeling fine. Alex, what you thinking about?
I
don't. Yeah, do the thing with the legs.
don't know.
I love it. Just some pillow talk with us gals. But yeah, man.
Sean, if you can turn the volume up, one of the chat members said that you're having a hard time hearing us. So
hearing us?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, like I think that it's pretty. I can turn up my stuff a little bit, but I think that it's pretty much going to be volume's on at max on the phone. I'm having trouble hearing you guys. Yeah, I mean,
I just figured to let you know.
Yeah, yeah, we got Tyler's good and everything like that. And so anyway, hey Angel, hey Tyler, good to see y'all. So what we figured that we would talk about here today. And we talked about this on the podcast for a little bit, Dustin. You shouted this out a little bit.
Yeah.
You said it so forlornly. It spoke to me for sure. Where it's like, it was just like, I miss movie theaters.
Yeah.
Can we not agree with that? Like, I mean, like movie theaters. I mean, like, and we know about, like we know about like a little something about the communal intake of media. We on this channel, I think we know 1 or 2 things about that shit. What I thought would be fun, since we haven't been able to go see a movie in about 6 weeks now.
It's been a bit.
It's been a minute.
It's been about
over a month.
It's been more than a month. It's been like 5-6 weeks since we've been able to go check a flick out. I was wondering what your first memory of going to the movie theater was and what movie it was.
Oh man, I know exactly already.
Yeah, what you got, Cruz? What you got? Lay it on me.
Well, does anybody else y'all want?
No, go for it.
Y'all want to think? So I grew up in a super conservative, super religious family. So going to the movies was a big no-no. Luckily, I had a pretty chill uncle that was like, nah, like we're gonna do this one day.
Yeah, the cool uncle, dude.
So dude straight up lied to my mom about where we were going. You're just gonna go to the mall and like maybe look at cool things, maybe get some flowers. Like she's like, cool, yeah, whatever. So I can't remember how old I was, but it was Lion King, and I was the first movie I ever saw in theaters. It was Lion King, and it was me and my cousin. We're like the same age, like 6 months apart, and I just remember like holding the biggest bag of popcorn I've ever held in my life, and eating the shit out of it.
And watching the Lion King, the fucking emotional juggernaut that is the fucking Lion King.
Wild.
Did you cry?
No, because I don't have a good relationship with my dad. So I was like, what's the big deal? So,
whatever, it's fine. Dead father or whatever, get out of here.
Now, had it been the mom, I would have been messed up.
Good thing it wasn't Bambi.
Bambi's the shit. Yeah, Bambi, Dumbo.
Yeah,
like the little, like that type of stuff. That's what gets you going and stuff like that for sure. That's good. That's a good one. The cool uncle.
So and that was really awesome. And I just remember it was like the most magical thing ever. I've never seen a screen so big, and I've never heard anything so loud, and everything was just the colors, and I was like, oh, well, this was. I was just like so blown away, and I was
all these songs and stuff like that, like all this music and shit.
Everything,
yeah.
It blew my mind. And then I got so sick from eating so much popcorn. I threw up on the way out.
Nice. Wait, did you lay piles like in the bathroom or like in the lobby, like on the floor?
On the way out. Like we're like on the way out.
God.
And I just remember vividly stopping and just being like, oh,
I just can't wait to be.
Yeah.
Did your mom ever find out?
No, she never found out. But then I got older and just like started doing worldly things and started playing football and hanging out with people outside the church. So I mean, eventually.
Hold on, I gotta pop this up on Gabe. This is funny. A little shout out to Dustin right here. Wondering why someone would waste a good trip to the cinema by bringing a kid with them.
So, all right, hold on.
No.
So I have to tell. All right, so in keeping with Alex's cool uncle,
I think I got a cool uncle story too.
Yeah. So this isn't my first movie experience, but I took my 4-year-old nephew to his first movie recently. His first movie ever was Into the Spider-Verse.
Nice.
Awesome.
So my nephew is biracial too. So for me, it was really exciting to like go and show him, the Alex Morales Spider-Man.
Awesome.
So we went there. We went to one of these fancy theaters in the suburbs with like crazy sound and like they have the table service where you have like a little tray in front of you and there's a button. So
he just wanted to push the button always.
Yeah, it's 4-year-old with a button. It's a bad idea.
The tiniest, reddest button, and they don't let you like disable it.
But at one point he turns to me and like the big surround sound starts happening, and he goes, "The sound is in my butt," because the teeth were like rumbling underneath him. And he had never seen it before.
You took him to the 4D experience.
Oh,
it
wasn't that bad,
but it was like
I mean, sometimes those surround sound systems like will make you feel it in your soul. Where I'm just like they'll do like I remember like Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah,
the subwoofer was so loud in the one theater that we went to. It was literally vibrating the screen to the point that I thought it was like an effect. Like I thought it was an effect from the movie. It was like a shutter effect or whatever it is. And I'm like, man, like this fucking this subwoofer, like I want to take a shit. Like this is fucking
the brown note.
I was kind of worried though, because like as his first movie experience, I was like, all right, it's an animated Spider-Man.
Sure.
But like in the first like 5 minutes of the film, like Kingpin literally beats Spider-Man to death.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, what did I just do?
He got more in this movie. He got so many Spider-Man. He can beat one to
right. I was like, oh man,
Spider-Man.
I know. I'm a terrible uncle. I'm like, well, here's what death is.
I kept like looking over,
but
like
sure.
That kid's been to the depths of YouTube.
He's fine.
That is true. Like
he's the kid, Momo. Like Momo was telling him how to cut his wrists. It's
also, his dad's been letting him play Fortnite since he was like 3. So he's been like shooting people.
He definitely knows. He's definitely seen the butthole already.
Yeah, that is one thing. It's like you do kind of think like you're talking about Alex. You're talking about like the seeing some of these more intense scenes like for the first time can be a lot. I was a little bit of like not a big fraidy cat, but I kind of was. But holy shit, I mean, like, if you've been killing hookers in GTA 5 for like 3 or 4 years, and you're seasoned pro at like 5 or 6, that's nothing.
Oh god.
Oh, nice. Someone else's move. Let's see, Daniela.
Here, I'll put it up.
Her first movie was Lion King 2.
That's awesome. Lion King's a good one to start at.
4th birthday. Wow. Yeah. Thanks for making me feel old, Daniela. That's real cool of you.
Yeah.
Real chill.
I was in high school in 1994. So cool.
I was 6.
I was 9.
Yeah, I was.
You know what? You can all go choke.
That's awesome. I love it. I'll do one more cool. Uncle story, unless somebody else has one. My cool uncle story was Jurassic Park. That's
me. That's my first film that I remember going to.
No shit.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That'll be okay. That'll be.
It's fine. It's fine.
No. You talk about it, and then I'll prep it. I'll postscript it with my cool uncle story.
Okay, I don't remember what year Jurassic Park came out in, but I remember that my mother had a big moral conundrum about whether or not she was going to take me to see this movie that I was deeply interested in. You know what I mean? I had seen the trailers. I was like, holy shit, they have a Brachiosaurus. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable.
Right.
But and my very good friend, Doug Edward Nicholas, and I, lifelong friends, still friend to this day, begged our respective parents to take us. And there's a big question as to whether or not they're going to do it. They ultimately chose to take us together. All the families went together to the theater. I'm not sure if that was the first movie that I saw in a theater, because my memory
remember that.
Yeah, my memory doesn't really work that well like that. Sure. But it is absolutely my youngest, strongest memory of seeing a film in a theater. It was majestic start to finish. I was so deeply involved in it. I felt so captured by the just magic of the film. And you have to remember, in 93, this was like the most advanced, cutting edge special effects that existed. I think that I went to bed that night I was 8 maybe. Yeah. And I was like, what is real? Like, were those dinosaurs real?
They still look real to this day. You watch that movie, that T-Rex
movie holds up.
Still looks like a T-Rex.
Yeah, when you do it's like when you have I think the trick is when you have having a lot of practical, puppetry and practical effects on the set on the day. It gives the computer, it gives a smaller target for the computer wizards to hit. Because they know exactly what it's supposed to look like with that type of lighting, with that type of thing, and I think that's what. When you combine the two is when you can really get some crazy shit. Oh yeah, dude.
I mean, it's no Call of the Wild, but I guess it's all right.
Right? Oh, dude, release the Chad cut or whatever it is, the one that had, because Scott, did you know that Call of the Wild movie? Scott, now that Call of the Wild movie, that dog is CGI, obviously.
Yes.
But it was literally played by a guy.
So I heard that in passing by either Mr. Sunday Movies or RLM. Yeah. And they cut to a stage production or a set, photo or whatever. Yeah. And that dude,
he's doing a dog face like that.
He looked like the most supplicant, submissive, fuck me harder daddy furry that you've ever seen in your entire life. He's ready to get railed in the bathroom of a furry convention.
I know, right? My Lord, absolutely. What were you saying, Alex?
Was it the same guy that played, was it Gollum in Lord of the Rings?
Oh, no.
Call of the Wild doesn't have that guy money. That guy is expensive.
Yeah, they couldn't afford Andy Serkis right now. I think he's working on. He's I can't remember. He's directing a really nice, cool, high profile movie.
Yeah.
Right now.
He's kind of become the face and standard bearer of CGI performance, motion capture video performance. And I don't think it could happen to a better guy. He's great at it. He cares about it. If you watch the interviews that he gives on the subject, he clearly dedicates himself to it. Yeah. It's not just a job that he fell into.
It's it's a passion project for sure. And the answer for that question, though, he's directing. Daniela, thanks a lot for this. He's directing Venom 2.
Wow.
Nice.
He's directing it.
He's directing it, which I think is
I'm excited about Venom 2. I think they're gonna go full funny.
I hope so.
I think if they lean, the more they lean into that type of stuff, I think the better off they are.
Bromance,
I love that there's people in both Marvel and DC universes, because since he was in Black Panther, and now he's directing a DC movie.
Did he get DC for that role too?
That's actually not accurate, Dustin.
Sorry.
Venom's Sony Marvel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. But then he's vaulting over to the Sony lot. is kind of what you mean.
That's what I was thinking.
Right. No, for sure. No. Here, shout out to this. Boom. First movie was Star Wars 77 from Elaine. Talk about like a starting off on a good foot.
Yeah. What a mind fuck. Imagine seeing that for the first time.
Right. Totally. Check us out. It was in a small town, and I can attest to this because those prices are a lot. 75 cents.
Amazing.
Oh, that's so awesome. I love it.
Get yourself a phosphate afterwards? 75 cents.
We went down to the drugstore and got myself a new edition of the Gentleman's Quarterly over there. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, no, totally. That's awesome. I love that. Thanks a lot for that, Elaine.
There are so many good comments in the chat right now. Someone's first movie was Disney's Aladdin. I mean, I love the Disney films growing up. I think that I saw them at home. Yeah. But had I seen them in the theater, I think I would have been hypnotized by them. I loved all the musicals and all the singing and everything. It was great.
Well, my first theater movie was a Disney movie, but it was back when they were doing do you guys remember they used to do theatrical releases of like old
Snow
Disney
White
movies?
And shit? Yeah.
So mine was Aristocats, I believe.
Oh,
nice.
I barely remember it, but I remember my mom, and I think she's took me alone because I must have been so young that my sisters were in school. And I think it was probably just my mom was like home and was like, although she worked most of my life, but I don't know why I have this weird memory of her like us going to the theater alone. And it was like the Aristocats. And that's all I remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember everything else about it. I mean, I've since watched it as an adult, but
yeah.
They should release the butthole cut of the Aristocats.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that.
I'm glad they haven't done a CGI remake of Aristocats.
Ooh. You want to know what that Cats movie? It has pretty much sealed the fate of that ever happening.
No more cats.
Yeah. No more cats in movies ever at all. Like
no more human cockroaches.
Did you? I know me and the Dracers had seen it. Have either of you guys seen Cats yet?
The trailer was enough. The trailer in that scene where
they're
eating the people roaches.
Movie we saw in the theater, was it Cats?
Oh, fuck. No.
It's like a poison mouthwash. That's bad.
I think it was.
What was the last movie I saw?
I hope not.
Right. Well, no. Well, here, vaulting back just a tiny bit, just to do, and we'll button up the cool uncle thing. I remember my cool uncle Jurassic Park. This combines a couple of cool, like Uncle Ron. My dear Uncle Ron. dear Uncle Ron was great. But he was definitely like Uncle Ron, man. Like he was a little more like fast and loose. He was one of the still partying pretty hard at that time and shit. And I remember it had been literally like 6 or 7 fucking weeks since the movie had come out because my fucking lovely piece of shit mother decided. Not that she is, because she's a lovely woman and I adore her dearly, but she was like, I read in Newsweek magazine that Steven Spielberg himself won't let his 10-year-old son go see this movie. So that means that you can't. So that means that you can't either. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then all of a sudden, the release, I had bought the Newsweek cover of Newsweek, like Jurassic Park, the one that they had on Time. I was so excited. I was so pumped.
Oh, you were that kid. All right.
Oh, yeah. I was, fucking try hard.
Dinosaurs in the 90s. Come on.
Dinosaurs, 90s, that type of dude, you know? And then so it came and went. Like my fucking buddies are telling me scene for scene, like everything that happens and shit. Right. And they're just like, but my mom said that I could never see it. So I was just like, I was like in the old West, like listening to like a storyteller around like a campfire or something like that. Tell me about how he stuck his head through the car.
I love when like little kids tell you like, actually, I don't love it, but I do remember the first kid that got Super Mario Brothers 3 was a goddamn rock star the next day at school. Yeah. He was like, and then if you run really fast, you can turn into a raccoon and you can fly. And I was like, holy shit. fuck, I gotta be a rock. And then if you do the stone guy and he sinks to the ground, I'm like,
oh my
mind
God.
was blown.
And then I remember, but then
Dustin, I'm not proud to say this, but I definitely maintained some strategic friendships in grade school based entirely around access to particular video games. You got
100%, dude.
No.
But then, so I remember we end up going, like, it's like 6-7 weeks past gone. I go and visit my cousin Neil out in Oak Park, which is in the Chicago area. And I go, and we're hanging out, and he's just like, he's talking to me. He's like, oh yeah, but that's like Jurassic Park. Like, you saw that, right? And I was like, no. And he was like, and he was like, get the fuck out of here. You haven't seen it? I was like, no. And he was like, I was like, okay. And he was like, dude, like, let's go get Ron and let's go see it. And so like Ron,
man.
Ron is like half in the bag. He takes us over. He takes us down. Like we just walk down to like this like little penny theater. It cost us like $1 or something like that. We go in. It's this fucking fucked up piece of shit print that's like been chopped up and has hair in it and everything like that. And it was just and like it's just like it's a not the best theater ever. And like, but we sit there and I was, like you said, Scott, enthralled. Like,
I was blown away.
I couldn't, like, even with all the fact that I basically knew a lot of what happened in the movie, I still took
that was the first white knuckle like in the theater. It was scary as shit when that came out.
And I think honestly that is kind of where a lot of the sequels sort of missed the mark, is that Jurassic Park is a horror movie first and foremost. It's an adventure. Yeah. It's an adventure movie. I'd say it's 50-50 adventure horror. And I think that now we're just it's like Transformers with dinosaurs, basically.
Oh yeah.
With the new shit. But
there was a Transformers with dinosaurs.
Yeah, right. Where they had one. Right? But I remember, but I do remember like right around, I think it was like the raptor scene, which is iconic, obviously. But it is one of those things where even then, even after 6 weeks, you were still hearing like people like being audibly kind of shaken by the movie. And I look over and I just see Uncle Ron just like this. Just asleep. Which I thought was great. But that wasn't my first movie. But that was like, cool uncles.
Did he at least have a beer in like his inside pocket?
You know what? I wish I could have patted him down. I'm sure it was because like the booze kind of ran out that he was just like, well,
I'm bored.
That was like pre-booze in theaters, which is a game changer, by the way.
Big time. Big time game changer. Even though I think I have induced myself into falling asleep at some films because I was kind of hitting the sauce a little bit.
Oh no!
I mean? It's happening.
Yeah, Blade Runner 2049. I caught myself taking a little siesta every once in a while.
It is. I mean, like that movie. I just had a pot of coffee and it was like a super early showing or whatever it is when I think I went and saw it. But I could absolutely see that, because even when it's as good as it is and captivating as it is, it's like it has a pace.
Keyshawn, what was that film that we saw at the Logan Theater last year? I think it was, where I drank probably 4 of those little wine serving
little box of wines. Yeah,
you called me, Scott.
No. You want to know what I think it was? I think it was John Wick 3, and Dustin.
Yes, it was. Yeah. I was only physically present. But
my favorite thing about that movie was, I mean, the movie was, it's fine. It was fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
But every now and then, Scott was to my left, and then I'd feel a pat, and I'd look over. And then you'd see Scott want some wine, and I'd be like, nah, I'm good. And then every time I'd say no, he'd go, just me then.
Some of the best jokes only get better through repetition, man. That's
just me then.
Oh man.
Right. Or like ask me like 5 or 6 times throughout the whole movie. And every time I was like, no, I'm good.
Or you do the thing when before they had fucking booze and you were like a kid and you'd sneak beers, you'd line your coat with beers to get while you're in the movie theater, and then you drop one.
Oh yeah, that just rolls down the.
And then
I definitely dropped like when I was in my college days and we'd like gotten What are the big bottles? 40s.
Yeah.
We had a 40, and I definitely dropped real classy, like, but I definitely dropped a 40 during like Lord of the Rings.
Jeez.
I
remember the movie marathon at the Davis Theater we went to recently. I got there after a gig, so I got there at like midnight. It was like a 24-hour movie marathon. I show up, I bought a $40 bottle of Prosecco, sat down, poured myself one glass, kicked over the bottle.
Oh,
and I was just like, no, I was so crestfallen.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one, dude. I think I joined you at that one. Yeah. I remember that was, man, I say if we're awake, me and Morgan are the worst 24-hour movie marathon people to be around. Because remember we were watching, like, I think it was like a zombie movie or something, and we thought that the main actress kind of looked like Taylor Swift. And so we kept making Taylor Swift puns throughout the zombie movie, where you're
like 4 a.m. at that point.
Right, it's 4 a.m. I mean, like, no, we were absolutely making the movie better. Like we were like, we were definitely
we thought we were. You always think you are.
We thought we were just like,
you never are.
Yeah, or like, like one of the ladies got bit, and we're just like, shake it off. You're fine. Don't worry about it. And then like, or then you're just like. Or then, like, you're shooting all the zombies or whatever, and you accidentally like hit another guy like in the arm or whatever it was. It'd be like, oh, look what you made me do. Like, we just kept doing shit like that.
He looked like her.
He did. He totally did.
It's a good Taylor Swift one.
That's a pretty good one. Sorry, who else has got the first? Anybody else got the first movie? Dustin, you got a first movie?
I think I've told the story before. It was E.T. And
that's
terrified me.
So scary.
Yeah, terrified me.
So scary. I watched that at home, like on VHS or something.
Opening 20 minutes are fucking terrifying.
Yeah, especially when you're like a 3-year-old. Like I get that was like my first memory. I was fucking terrified of that little weird critter.
Is that where you almost died of choking on a?
No, my mom. Yeah, I also almost died choking on a lifesaver at a theater.
Wow, the adventures you
I think that might have been during Empire.
Empire?
Oh, Star Wars.
Yeah. That was like that was in the 80s.
Yeah.
Like
Star Wars.
The Star Wars.
Give your kid a lifesaver.
Yeah. How ironic is that? I almost died choking.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Got a hole in the middle.
Right? It literally has like ways that like it could come through. That's fucking crazy.
Got a
hole in the middle. No,
hold on, Dustin. The chat is saying that E.T. came. Well, it's actually a guy named Gabe Stoudemire is saying that the E.T. came out in 1982.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, homie.
Yeah,
damn.
He's trying to call you out, Gabe.
Are you born in 1979?
78.
78. Yeah.
There you go.
Damn, 70s babies.
He's a resident Gen X. That's why he's so apathetic and snarky and.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Oh, here we go. Let's put this one.
Always drinking coffee
all the time.
Hell yeah! This would be an interesting one. Cold turkey with shows. Ooh, this sounds bad. We can go back to this because you guys have never seen Avatar. The Traces.
No.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it either.
Yeah,
no,
really?
But I do have a set of the Avatar fleshlights, so I feel like I've lived the movie.
Oh my god, that is like they are. I mean, like
those two exist. That's so fucking weird.
Yeah, it is weird. I mean, like
I don't know them.
Oh no. Well, I remember I was thinking about the fact that like when are those Avatar sequels going to come out is going to be interesting because like
didn't they dial up like 7 of them in advance where they said like we're not going to just do 1 or 2. We know we're going to do 7 total Avatar.
I think there's
multiple at a time, right?
Yeah, it's up to like 5. Like there was like we're going to do 2 more. We're going to finish the trilogy, and now they're like up to 5, and like even they had like this one. Like they released like, but you can tell like that they're already starting to run behind schedule because like I think what was it? Like there was a car company, I think it was either Mercedes-Benz or BMW or something. They released like a concept car based on Avatar.
Yeah,
and I'm like, and it's a car, and it's just this kind of weird translucent like, jellyfish looking car, and I'm like, I don't know whether to drive it or fuck it. Like, I don't really know what's like. It's great. Well, like to the
first. I have seen Avatar when it was called Fern Gully. Thank you very much.
I love Fern Gully.
Fern Gully is the shit.
It's a good one.
And like James Woods plays himself in it.
James Woods in that movie?
Is it
James Woods? Is that the voice of
Tim Curry?
That's Tim Curry. Oh.
The bad noxious chemical.
I was gonna say, okay, no, Tim Curry's great. I was like, yeah, this like right wing troll that just like is like climate change isn't real.
Dude, James Woods tweets drive me crazy. I'm just like, what are you doing?
He's just nuts.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's taken to make so many elderly white people so immune to shame lately. But it's just really
privilege.
And I love white people. I'm very proud of being white. I'm fine with white people. But like, learn how to be ashamed when you are flat out the fuck wrong all the time.
That's true.
Come on.
Right.
Maybe a little whoopsie on the Twitter would go a long way. You know?
Whoopsie. Yeah, there should be a whoopsie.
Yeah.
Oh, right. That would be a good. Yeah, James Wood. Yeah, James Wood he looks like the type of dude that would like storm in like really huffy, waiting to get like his carry out. You know what I mean? Like it's not ready immediately when he gets there or whatever. And it's like, well, what the fuck are you talking about? Like whatever.
I don't ever have to think of James Wood's actual physical presence because I was just imagining him as Hades from Hercules.
He played himself in that movie too.
Yeah.
I was at another because I'm always going these movie marathons. I went to a Dolly Parton movie marathon at the.
Did you say Dolly Parton?
Dolly Parton. So James Woods was in Straight Talk, which is like set in Chicago. I think that's why they were showing it. And he's just like her love interest, but he's also like just a shit the whole time. And I'm like, how dare the whole time I'm like, how dare you? You leave Dolly Parton alone. She's a goddess. You should be kissing her.
Absolutely. No, only right. You said only a James Woods lack of shame could get you to talk shit about Dolly Parton. And
he's like basically trolling her into dating him. It's awful.
Yeah. Oh, that was the other one with that's why it's like Casino is fucking great because he plays like the fucking bullshit like heel pimp asshole.
Oh yeah,
in Casino, and he spends like 90% of the movie getting beat the shit out of by fucking Robert De Niro and his like goons.
I need to rewatch that. I need to rewatch Casino.
Casino's so good.
Ultimately, it's like so watchable. Like if it's on cable, I will just I'll just watch Casino.
Yeah. It's one of those ones where it's
love
like
Casino. Love it.
Once you've seen it, you can kind of pick it up wherever you're just like, oh, I'm watching this now.
Every time I think that I want to watch the what was that? The Departed. What was that movie that just came out? The 8-hour
Irishman.
The Irishman.
Let's watch Casino.
I'd rather watch Casino instead.
Yeah.
I like the Irishman. Though it's interesting.
I think the Casino. I think the Casino is more entertaining than the Irishman, but I think that I still like the Irishman a lot. Like I know that it's a slog, and I mean, like shit. Me and these two guys did the whole thing in one sitting. One sitting. Fucking talk about it. Ass is numb by the end of it.
Over the whole time.
Completely.
You can imagine.
I didn't, but to me, that movie did not feel 3 hours long.
If you were to tell me that movie was 3.5 hours long, maybe
3.5 hours.
Maybe while it was going on, I would be like, oh yeah, but like when I think about it, I'm just like, no, yeah, really, I don't know, maybe just under 3 or so. Like, you know what I mean? It seems like it is a commitment, but it's like, but it was, I don't know, I liked it a lot. That was a good one. So
I enjoyed it. I thought it was quite good. And I enjoyed Scorsese's final note on gangsterism to be one of regret, loneliness, and loss. Yes. I thought that was very mature and necessary.
The whole it's almost like he's kind of trying to throw like a bucket of cold water on like all like the bada bing, like I got a Scarface and a Goodfellas poster in my fucking, in my back office. You know what I'm saying?
Let's have a poster of De Niro in his sad little wheelchair.
Yeah.
That could be your new Scarface poster. Like, I'm a badass like this guy.
Yeah, Morgan, you know how people always do those blingy animations of like Bugs Bunny, be like, Lord, forgive me for what I've done. They do a blingy animation of Robert De Niro in a wheelchair.
100%.
Lord, forgive me for what I'm about to do.
With like a smoking gun at the side of the wheel.
Right. Or like, yeah, like
there's two sides of me.
Yeah, right.
The side and the one you don't want to meet.
Yeah.
or you get just like that horrible like late 90s like kind of tribal type writing kind of written around him, but it's just Joe Pesci going, you'll see.
His little no teeth smile was so cute. He had to gum his little bread with the wine.
He was about as close to a human Baby Yoda as we got in that movie. You know what I mean? They should have just at the end, instead of Joe Pesci, they should have just switched him to Danny DeVito. He wouldn't even notice. Would any of you like this egg in this trying time? Totally. Oh man. Here, let's see. Oh yeah. Well, here's another one. And we had some people mention this as this was like one of their first movies or whatever it is. Like, where people are shouting out The Thing and stuff like that. That would be that was like The Thing was out at the exact same time as E.T. Very different interpretations of extraterrestrial life. Speaking of which, do you guys know that we're not alone in the universe? Do you guys see that fucking video?
I did see it. See it.
Pentagon's just like
there's like a UFO video that the Pentagon just released today.
They're like,
well,
cool.
they confirmed a previously leaked video.
Okay.
Right? I am not a supernaturalist. I'm not someone who enjoys indulging in conspiratorial thought.
But it is nude. Wait, what? Oh, that's a naturalist. Wait, what?
I'm not a supernaturalist.
Oh, I think I was like, wait, what are you talking about?
It's not ghosts. You live alone and you're lonely. You know, you're
depressed.
Yeah. You don't. Tarot isn't wisdom. You just need guidance. That's what's happening, right?
Right.
But totally. I watched those UFO videos. They were pretty interesting. The thing that I was really blown away about was that the Navy or the Air Force or the Army or whatever branch of the military it is, the guys that are commentating on tracking and following the little thing moving, they are like legitimately amazed at the movement. You know what I mean? They're like, what is that? You know, what could that be? And I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Well, it's very telling because like the thing is like you talk to you talk to pilots, you talk to astronauts, you talk to any of those guys that have to be at the helm of something like that, and they are the coolest cucumbers in the room. You can't rattle them. Like you listen to like those black box recordings of like Sully Sullenberger, and he's like, we're gonna try the river, and he's talking about landing like a 747 in the fucking Hudson full of people, but he's just like, we're gonna try the river, and like so when these guys are going like, what in the ever loving fuck is that thing? Like then that's interesting.
I
haven't seen the videos.
You haven't seen the video? You got to check it out.
They're just grainy black and white footage. Like this is
thing going.
Yeah.
I think the way that the interesting thing about it is the way that it basically is kind of moving forward, but also pivoting.
Yeah.
It's perspective.
Like a drone?
It doesn't.
Like a super drone? I don't know.
If that's a drone, that is some wild shit. That's drone tech that we fucking don't know anything about. Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, the Pentagon, they got toys, man.
Oh yeah, no.
They're the ones saying that they don't know what it is. Right? You know?
Yeah. Totally.
They're trying to get away from the fact that their budget's blown out of proportion. Like, hey, look at this true.
That is very true.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
We just lost 900 million. We don't know where. Look at this video.
Totally. Also, our president thought the stealth bomber was actually invisible. So there's that.
We thought it was like Wonder Woman's plane.
We got Captain Wonder Woman driving it. Yeah.
You see the pilot in there?
I've been seeing. We have one of our best pilots, Gal Gadot. I've seen her a bunch before. She's doing very well for us. No, but
Really trained.
right, totally. So okay, so we talked. Did everybody go through? Did we all name off our last one? My first movie that I can remember seeing, I want to say was it's one of the two. It's either Little Mermaid or it's Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and I saw them very, very close to one another. And like Little Mermaid I fucking love Little Mermaid so much. Like
Same. I think that was my first like this is my shit movie when I was like a little girl.
Totally.
Yeah. All the other times, like, we're going to see a movie. I don't know. My mom we just go to a movie, but it's that one I was like, I want to go to it so bad.
Right. Totally.
Morgan, was that formative for the Morgan Drace brand? Was that like kind of like laying the foundation?
Like, I didn't know as an adult, like it was probably the anti-Morgan brand because I'm like, well, I would really dug Ursula. But I think it was very much like it sent me bad messages as a child. It was branded as this. It was branded as this like she's feminist and she's going out on her own. She's defying her dad, and he's like, oh no, she's just trying to get a man.
Trying to get right,
fighting with a Seawick over this like dude who has a really great dog, so I could kind of see it.
Right. It's like I'm just trying to get myself a husband. She's like a very like antebellum Southern type of thing going on.
That whole bright young women sick of swimming line where you're like,
that's right.
That's right. It's like
that's good.
But I mean, somebody was saying this, and we're gonna shout this up right here because I think we can all agree the best part of that movie
is Ursula, and she definitely
among the best parts about that movie.
Well, she was styled after Divine.
Yes.
So it's like she was like low key and
like Waters,
drag
John Waters,
John Waters is one. Cool.
Which I'm like with the live action one. Cast a drag queen, you fucking cowards.
Oh wait, that was like
but
right now
gonna do it.
I
don't know. They were gonna do a live action one, and I'm like, okay, she's all right, but still.
Oh wait, here we go. Angel's back in house. What's up, Angel?
Okay, no, he was hot. I'm not saying like he couldn't get it. I'm just saying like that was her whole story arc was like getting married at 16.
Yeah, that's right. No,
getting married. Well, she doesn't even know what her vagina is because she's never had one.
Right? I mean, like,
I would assume the bird women would have vaginas of some variety, right?
Where? Right?
No, because like if they're fish, they would like lay eggs.
They got
and then the male would probably like fertilize the eggs because that's how fish work.
We need to turn this into a deep biological inquiry now.
No, but like
how do fish females become impregnated by fish?
Unless you're talking about
put it in the comments.
The lighthouse gave the lady a fish vagina, but that was Patterson's like crazy.
Right.
You had to add a vagina in there when it's like, no, an actual fish would lay eggs.
People come from eggs. But speaking of other fucking cartoon characters that could fucking get it, I mean, let's talk about the
Robin Hood fox.
Maid Marian.
Yeah. Real talk. though, what was the King like her dad?
Like,
he's like this huge, broad-chested. King Poseidon. He's got this giant mane. He looks like
nips first.
Yeah, he's
basically
like
Alex with white hair and like,
right.
You know what I mean?
He's like, he looks like you know who actually could play her dad in the live action? Jason Momoa could totally play her dad. Just age him up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Great.
King tried color the hair.
King tried to color the hair and just get him a little thing going. That could
just
fucking
keep
work
him
out
young and fuckable, and the moms will go watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. Absolutely, goddamn Lily. And then or Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, which started a lifelong appreciation for Rick Moranis.
Yeah,
the great Rick
How do we feel about them finally making another one? Another return of Rick Moranis.
If it gets him back in the saddle, I'm for it because he's like famously hasn't been in Hollywood. So I don't care if it's like the worst. I don't care if they put him in Avatar. I'll break the Avatar at that point because I want to support the Moranisance.
Morgan, why do you hate Avatar?
Oh, I don't hate it. I just never saw it. Oh. And also when I had it described to me, I'm like, that's Fern Gully. You're talking about Fern Gully.
It is sci-fi Fern Gully dances with wolves.
Pocahontas.
Yeah, basically. I mean,
but I did like the SNL skit about Papyrus.
Yeah, with
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
So it did give us that, so I'm like appreciative of it.
Yeah. We gotta throw Brittany has a fun one. I mean, yeah, he's dreamy. Him in Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah,
he can get it in that movie.
I posted on Instagram about this I want to say 8 months ago, where I found a bunch of screening premiere photographs and interviews of Rick Moranis for like the Ghostbusters 1 and 2 and for other films that he was in before he did exile himself from Hollywood. Mm-hmm. He's kind of a Logan Square hipster fuckboy. I think that a lot of young women would be like, oh, he's just so nerdy and cute, and I want to get in his like expensive designer sneakers that he's wearing or whatever.
The Elijah Woods of
kind of. Yeah. It's like the female version of sexual attraction to the accessible male. Right, like most women probably imagine him being like, "Oh yeah, I could bring him down. I could bang him down." You know?
Right? Or you can start to fool around, and he'd be like, "Yes, have some." You know what I mean? Oh my God. What else do we got going on? So those are my two. I think we've gone through all of our first ones. First ones. We'll talk about the last time that we were in a fucking movie theater. What was it? What do we got? Do we remember?
Dude, I don't remember.
Time is irrelevant, so it's so hard to remember.
We were trying to go see a movie the weekend the world ended.
We were gonna go see The Hunt. We were
gonna see The Hunt, and then the world ended.
Yeah.
Because I remember by that Wednesday, we're like, we might not go see that this weekend because I don't know if it's gonna happen.
Yeah, what came out in March? Because I think we saw It Chapter 2. Morgan and I saw Cats. I'm trying to think what came out in like February or March. Harley Quinn?
Harley Quinn.
It was Birds.
Harley Quinn was the last one.
That was February, yeah.
Better period on the end of that sentence than Cats. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But the last movie I saw was with you guys.
Was which one?
What was that?
1917.
Oh,
yeah.
1917. That's right.
You know what was our last movie, Dustin?
What's that?
The Invisible Man.
Ah, bummer. That was.
I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. Didn't hate it.
Oh, I fucking hated it. Oh, you just bummed me out so hard. I'm like,
he's melting into the floor.
Because we saw Cats before Invisible Man.
Yeah.
We went to the good old Davis.
Cats.
Oh, love the Davis.
Yeah.
I'm gonna step away for 1 second. I'll be
right
back.
You're good, buddy. You're good. Yeah.
I would watch Cats 5 times before watching Invisible Man 1 more time.
Wow. That's pretty.
Well, I would go see Cats at because we saw it when it was
classic.
like the third wave of like people going to it to like laugh their tits off at it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of. I think we saw it with a funny crowd.
The crowd can definitely help that. It definitely can help that movie along. You know what I mean?
would go see Cats again, like if it was like we're all gonna wear cat ears and go see Cats.
I feel like Cats could go the way of The Room, where there's going to be these weird traditions where they throw catnip at the screen at one point in time.
No, I think so.
I do think that there will be like this cult following of. It's just so much fun to make fun of it while you're there, and you kind of have to see it to do it. So throw some empty tuna cans at the screen or something. I don't know.
I kind of wish the songs were worse, so it'd be more fun to sing them. But they're just so mediocre. They're not like bad. They're just
right,
because it's obviously the original musical was great, but like the new original songs were like whatever. Like,
no, except I will say, even if you've been making fun of all of the fucking weird cockroach children and like all this strange ass like mice things that are going on and all the weird shit that go down in Cats, when Jennifer Hudson shows up and sings Memories, despite her weird face.
Yeah, it's
like she's in a different movie.
Everybody shuts the fuck up and they're just like, oh wow, like she's a great singer. You know what I mean?
But
like,
I also get uncomfortable because like she is digging into some deep trauma, and if you know her story, like Jennifer Hudson has like some very horrific things happen in her life. Yeah. And I can tell that she's drawing on all of that to like convey this song, and it's so powerful
for this nightmare of a movie.
Shit movie, and you're like, this is like kind of wrong, and they should have stopped her, and they should have been like, hey, think about your murdered family on the one that's going to get you the Oscar, because
she probably thought she was going to get it, and that's like she could have, but then like Judi Dench shows up, and who fucking knows what she's doing? Like the movie's
she's not helping.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah, Morgan, would you like a piece of Cats related trivia?
Yeah.
Great. So Andrew Lloyd Webber, who is a juggernaut of the play and musical scene.
Correct.
He was the driving force behind Cats the musical. He was the guy who got it made. He got it made by partnering and taking mortgages out on his house. And
it was a passion. It was a passion project.
The original or the
original theater.
Oh, okay, yeah,
the original theater production, right? So he wrote all the songs and the story around Cats based upon the T.S. Eliot plays that are basically like opium addicted Victorian English, belly button gazing, musings about cats. No, I'm serious. He's just like, this is a magic cat. This is a troublemaker cat. It's like, all right, bud, whatever you say. So the only exception to that in the entire musical, what's the term? I guess like lineup of the stage performance is Memory. So. Yeah, he is obviously an extremely successful and talented, I would say, composer and songwriter. He had been kicking that song around for years, and he chose to attach it to the project.
Just to put it in there.
Right, because everyone else was like, this is unwatchable, directionless garbage. And he was like, yo.
Was going to have a top 10 single.
Yeah.
And have the bop in it.
It's exactly right. And I would say, with my knowledge of music composition, it's an incredible song. Right. And it's great that he just throws it in there. I think it was heavily marketed for the original theater, not like theater, like movie theater, right?
Yeah, right.
The theatrical run. And I think that it is the focal point of the musical, not because like the musical is great throughout, but because it has this one shining moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of like truly great songwriting.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of Broadway is though, right?
That's how Les Miserables was. Like, I hated that Les Miserables movie, except for fucking Anne Hathaway's little bit where she
my queen.
There you go.
Oh, I love her.
No, wait. And Brittany has a really funny thing you were talking about, Scott, before. It's like, you're talking about like a list of songs. Maybe you would call it a cat-talog.
Oh, you go right to jail.
Thank you,
That's a pretty good one.
She's right, though.
Go, do not collect $200.
You go to jail right now.
Oh man. So yes. So it seems like it was 1917. I think might have been the last one, and that was a that was a big.
That's a high note.
Yeah, that was a good movie. That was a good movie.
I think that I'm going to monologue for 1 second. I saw this film with Alex and Sean in the theaters in its last week of running.
Last like theaters. 2 days, I think it was going to be out. Yeah. We were going to swap it out.
I almost missed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that you were like maybe on the night, right? Like you weren't even sure that you're going to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ended up being able to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was straight up gasping and crying and just so involved in the movie. And it's one of those things that at the very least I just have to acknowledge that this film totally captured me. Like I was completely won by it. I was drawn into it, and I don't really like war films on the average. I think I have a little sensitivity to Americana and like Western culture kind of like triumphs. But this film just so shocked me and just throttled me start to finish. Yeah. I think it's one of my favorite films in recent memory, and it is my last memory from a cinema prior to the Rona taking over.
It was good. I mean, like it's like once it starts. Have you guys have you seen it, Draces? Have you all seen it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, like you're really taken by it and fucking involved like as soon as it starts. I mean, like you kind of whether or not, and even if you didn't hear any of the dialogue and you couldn't understand what was going on with Tommen or whoever the fuck or Peaky Blinders, whoever the fuck else was in that movie and shit like that. Like, like there you could still like just be. It's a movie you could have you could just be playing like the soundtrack to or something like that, and you would still be like, wow, like this is really
it's visually arresting. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
In the same way that like Dunkirk was just like, for me, the story was kind of like irrelevant. It was just visually
experience.
This had a really good story. Kind of, it reminded me a little bit of. Did you ever see that Brad Pitt Fury? The one
I love Fury.
Yeah. Fury is really good, honestly.
Fury's rough, yeah.
I was surprised how much I liked that.
I was too. I think because I don't think that Pitt is necessarily that great of an actor.
He's a great movie star.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But And I definitely has some amazing roles he's had throughout his long career, right? But that movie, like I definitely I forgot it was him.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like I was like, this is not the Brad Pitt we I just and that's what for me made that movie amazing was like I just kind of forgot I was seeing him and especially like I don't know if you guys seen it, but there's a really cool scene where he calls the Nazis pigs and he pulls back this huge gun and starts fucking unloading on them.
Oh wow,
yeah, right.
It's pretty.
But
great.
He calls them pigs in German.
Yeah, man,
it's a cool fucking thing.
Yeah,
Schwein, right?
He calls them. Yeah, but I forgot the
Schwein.
I don't know.
Yeah, dude. That was a good one, and and I think it's one of those things where sometimes he's really commits to a role, and then I think sometimes they're just kind of do your cool Brad Pitt thing.
Yeah,
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it's like, hey, can you just Brad Pitt in front of a camera for a while, and it's like, yeah, great, and it works.
Can you Brad Pitt with your shirt off for this?
Yeah,
on a roof, baby. Sure.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that was good though.
I think I speak for all the men in this chat by saying, hey, Brad, thanks so much for letting us know you were just not going to let it get loose as you got older. We're all going to have to be haunted by you for all of our life. You know what I mean?
To Angelina Jolie, isn't he?
Is he still?
Are they still
married? I believe they divorced.
I think they divorced. Love is dead.
I think he's even.
But I was like, he was competing.
Now Jennifer Aniston will never get a baby.
No, he's back. He's back with Jen, isn't he?
I think he is back with her. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. We're all about that. We're all about that '90s nostalgia. We got we got the Last Dance,
fries,
baby, all the stuff going on. Yeah.
Okay, so he's competing with Jennifer Aniston and Angelina Jolie, so he's got to keep it tight.
That's true.
That's true. Yeah, that's.
You can't hang out with Jennifer Aniston and not have an 8-pack. that bitch is doing all the yoga all day long and
She definitely seems like the kind of woman who has an extremely regimented urban chic fitness regime. Yes. You know what I mean?
Those, horrible bosses movies. She's always in her underwear because I think she's no. I must be half naked in one of these scenes because this takes a lot of work.
If I did that,
if I was it off, you pieces of shit.
if I was like Chris Evans or any of the Chris's in any of the MCU movies, I would definitely be can I just do all of my scenes with my shirt off because this shit was wait, hold on, only one scene after doing all this fucking work? Yeah, absolutely not, man.
What do you think about Paul Rudd?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, exactly. Right.
He's I worked out for 6 months or whatever just for one scene. He's like for under 2 minutes of film time.
Screen time. Yeah, totally.
The Disney Marvel. So I've talked to Sean about this a lot. Alex, I think a little bit too. But the Disney Marvel male Buffy shot, like the shot that like demonstrates the male lead's physique or whatever, it lasts on average between 2 to 3 seconds. But it is an extremely potent subconscious psychological image.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like for the movie, right? Like it's like, yo, you didn't think you wanted to fuck Paul Rudd, but you do.
Right.
You want to fuck him.
Man, we've wanted to fuck Paul Rudd for 25 years.
He's ageless.
I can't wait till we all want to start fucking Camille Najani. You know that.
She's on the list now.
Blow up. She's on. I mean, if you look at the, it's like it's a crazy transformation, that machine, the Disney machine. Like if you look at the before and after pictures of Chris Pratt, like bananas.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, even something like like almost any show you'll see that takes off, the cast always just like slowly gets hotter if the show is successful because I think they can afford, like, they just send you a workout person and a nutritionist and you're just kind of paid not to eat anything but boiled chicken. And like if I was getting paid that much money, I feel like I could get it done.
That's true. That's the other thing is that we all need to. That's one thing that coming out maybe in the next stimulus package that we can get through this pandemic.
Nutritionist.
We can get. Yeah, we can all get like a $80,000 a year nutritionist.
You know, I bet you Billy Blanks from Tybo is not doing too much right now. So I bet you could get him on
a help us out.
That's like, the House Burlington budget.
Could a House Burlington season 2, we'd all show up all hot and buff.
I bet that motherfucker. I think that's a absolute that rubber band is going one way or it's going the other. I think that he is either in like atrocious shape or he is shredded up like a julienne salad. It's one of the two.
He's shredded up. I bet his Instagram
like
is like
julienne salad. That would be incredible. That is great. I've never heard that before.
Full disclosure, I did steal that from Tropic Thunder.
I love it. I love it.
No, if we looked up his Instagram, I guarantee you he's like an influencer now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
100%. Well, shit.
Dustin, I got to tell you, first of all, I really loved your rundown on 1917. I enjoyed that. It was like 15 minutes ago, but I thought that was accurate.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Sean. I bet that Billy Blanks is either Jabba the Hutt or like some alternate version of Ben Stiller's character in Dodgeball. You know what I mean? Like some like deeply unhappy, self-improving person.
Right.
You know?
Deeply unhappy, 7% body fat.
Yeah.
Pretty much. He still looks pretty good.
Yeah.
He's also like 50s, like something maybe.
Yeah, 60s. Right. Yeah, that's what
good for him.
Yeah,
absolutely. An old man, but old man with muscles.
Yeah, right. Oh, get back to King Triton. There you go, all the way back. Like you got to get that fucking. Let's get Billy Blanks to fucking play King Triton. That'd be fucking pretty dope. Let's
throw him in one of those. What was the Impossibles or whatever, Invincible? What was that? Like a Sylvester Stallone movie with like all the action. Expendables.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yo, Jet Li's truck in that movie is my favorite automobile movie. Automobile from a movie of all time.
Yeah, right.
Second only to the Shelby from Gone in 60 Seconds.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's a fun one.
The Shelby Mustang's good.
Yeah,
good.
I think
that truck.
One of my favorite ones is the black limousine hearse from Harold and Maude. Easily one of the most iconic fucking
I mean, if we're going iconic movie car, Ecto One.
Ecto One.
The Freddy convertible.
Oh,
the end of the original Nightmare. On Elm
hell
Street.
Yeah! There you go.
Because like it comes down, it's all stripey.
The Tim Burton Batmobile, I think, also is like truly great.
Ooh, you want to? What do you guys think about the new Batmobile? Basically, just being like a fucking old school '70s muscle car.
It looks like a souped up like Camaro or something.
I haven't seen it. I'll look it up. I'll look it up right now.
It looks like basically like a modded out Dodge Charger.
It's
cool.
I think that's cool because it blends in the city when he's trying to like be like, oh no, like I don't know.
right. It makes it just like a touch more stealthy. Ooh, here's another one. Here's another one. We should put this one up right here.
Oh yeah.
Mad Max Fury Road, which actually we are doing on our I'll do a little shameless plug for a second while Scott's taking a look at the car, but we are doing
this thing looks incredible.
Right? Isn't that cool?
I love it.
Live reaction.
I love it.
Yeah, hey, we're always doing reactions
What
over
is
here.
it
But
That's a thick
Pattinson
boy.
Batmobile.
That's good.
yeah,
Oh,
it's like a slick little muscle car, and it also makes sense. Like if he's just starting out, he would just mod up an existing car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and so that looks. I hope that everything goes. I hope because that's a movie that's basically stopped like right in the middle of production.
Yeah. Well,
They're
Shawnee, we watched The Lighthouse together before the Rona took over, right?
Yep.
And we saw Robert
Back to the
Pattinson.
Future.
What's that?
It looks like Back to the Future car.
Yeah,
The
a little
DeLorean?
bit. Like
a little
the
bit, yeah.
DeLorean.
I can see that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we watched Robert Pattinson in The Lighthouse deliver
Yeah.
an exceptional performance.
Oh my God.
Alongside God, who was it? Willem Dafoe, right? Yeah. I get fatigued by all the heartless DC reboots that I see all the time, but I'm ready for this one.
Yeah.
I think that this is something that I'm like interested in. I hope it's as good as the casting suggests.
Yeah,
right?
I love the idea that we're basically off to the races in an existing Batman world.
Yeah.
I know that was kind of the same with like the Snyderverse or whatever, but that shit fucking sucked. Like but we have like a Riddler, we have a Penguin, we have a
Paul Dano, right?
Yeah. We have
I love Paul Dano.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, we're Dan stans, but like
his performance of the
we're Dano Stanos.
Blood is still great.
Amazing.
You know? Yeah, thank you, Lex. Appreciate it.
Would we consider ourselves Dano Stanos?
I prefer to be identified as a Dan slut. That's what I like. You know,
is that what you call fans?
Yeah.
Dick for Danos.
Yeah. No, but the I like the fact and Catwoman already exists. Zoe Kravitz, which is the second time she's played the role, actually.
Yeah,
she did the voice for Catwoman in Lego Batman,
and one of the animated series.
Lego Batman. She was Catwoman, which is I love that movie. Personally.
I just finished Big Little Lies season 1, a rewatch for myself with my beautiful girlfriend yesterday. You guys seen that one?
Yes.
Not yet.
Okay.
I like it.
Morgan, I think it's exceptional. And Zoe Kravitz is in it. She's one of the 5 leading actresses, right?
Yeah.
I'd highly recommend it as a film about feminine identity and mostly composed and acted by women, right? Like I'm not like a representationalist panderer or whatever, but it's an excellent series about honestly like a really interesting plot and like great drama. I'd recommend it highly.
Kravitz's character works so much, like that character versus her character in High Fidelity, which I didn't buy, mostly just because of like the physical. This is a person who's like super depressed after a breakup and is eating shit food and drinking all the time, and her skin is glowing.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
As like all get out, and it's like Zoe Kravitz in Big Little Lies is dealing with trauma, but she's like a yoga teacher, and she almost like leans too much into her work as like to deal with trauma. So that made sense that she's like always glowing and like yoga bod, but also like staring off into the middle distance stare.
Yeah.
But so like when I watched High Fidelity after that, and I'm just like, I don't buy this character. Like, give her bad skin. Like she can still be thin. Like some people are just thin, but it's like, give her something. Like, why are you making her?
She's
like
literally glowing and attractive.
Brown skin
woman, and like she's
good. The brown skin helps.
The brown skin helps, Lex.
I know that helps, but you still, I don't care what your race is. You can't live off a diet of high sodium.
You can. It's science. It's science.
Hey, thanks, Alex. Thanks, appreciate you.
Lose it something.
Dang.
He's like, just so you know, Alex is just basically trying to say
my entire life.
Yeah.
Alex is just trying to say, you ashy fucks will never be as good looking as me.
Yeah.
No,
Sorry,
but
that's-
That is not what I'm saying.
no,
Morgan, in the first
it's
season
not
of
as
Big
good as-
Little Lies, you got to remember that Bonnie, played by Zoe Kravitz, is kind of perceived in the narrower role of being a threatening, young, attractive woman,
Yeah.
by contrast to the older, more established, middle-aged moms, right, that are around her, whatever.
I think we could all. I think this is a sentiment from Gabe right here. I'm going to pop up on the screen. I think we could all get behind. I would offer up myself as tribute. You know what I mean? Totally.
Yeah.
Whether it was in High Fidelity or Big Little Lies, like it'd be like you'd be all about it, man. All right. Well, I think
coming for
I
you,
think
Sean.
they're
I know.
shutting us
I gotta get
down.
out.
They said that we're.
Bars are closed.
But, yeah.
I don't care if there's one person in there. It's.
I've legit thought that because the mayor, Mayor Lori Lightfoot, lives approximately 2 blocks away from the Burlington bar. And so this place is like, and obviously because it's like, it's just a weird time, the place is crawling with fucking cops like all the time and shit. It's like, even when I have like a mask and I'm walking down to get to my car to go check something, like there's like a cruiser like kind of going around because it's a weird time or whatever. So when
First time, huh?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, dude. Yeah. No, 100%. Dude, you're going in hard for the melanin right now, dude. I'm loving it. I love it.
You walked into that one so
You didn't walk
hard.
into that one.
I did.
Write that down. That's fair.
Me being tone deaf, never heard of it. But anyway, so the but it is like when I have the lights on in this place, when I'm doing like, because I also do live streams on my Twitch every Saturday and stuff like that. I do DJ sets like on at 9:00 on Saturdays and stuff. And whenever I do those, like I'll have like some lights on and stuff, and I'm waiting to hear like a knock at the door.
Yeah.
You know, like, and just be like, hey, we thought you told that you guys are shut down. Like, no, it's okay. Like, whatever. So yeah, I'm totally all about this. Yeah, we can all get behind this one right here.
Yeah.
Here's 2020.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, anyway, I do want to. I want to. Oh, go ahead. Just go ahead.
I was gonna say his like presidential button could be like cruising for a bruising. I don't know.
I just think it would say Jace.
Jace,
Yes, we can.
Jace, we can.
That's perfect.
Hold on, I gotta put this. Jace, we can. All right. Well, anyway, now that we have ourselves a political career to basically organize with Cruz, we'll all be backing you, buddy.
Well, we all got to pivot, you know.
Yeah,
in the new economy, we got to pivot to new careers.
Yeah, 100%. But what I will say is that it has been an absolute pleasure talking with everybody on the comments and everything like that. Like the comment shit is just. I don't know.
I'm gonna stick around and talk on the comments for a minute.
Yeah.
These people are good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Somebody earlier, and I don't know if they're still on, asked how the bar was doing.
I
don't know who it was.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was, but I do remember seeing.
It was early on.
But I'll let them know. I mean, like, not that great. Like,
yeah.
I mean, when you can't when you're open, when you can't really be open or making money, you're not doing that good. I will say one big. Like we are in a position that a lot of bars are not in. So I do think that we're going to be able to make it through this thing, but it's going to be tough, just like it's going to be tough for everybody. So just to answer that question, we're doing okay. Like that, as far as we're definitely ready to get back to work, but we're ready to do it when it is appropriate and safe. And when people that have been studying, these types of issues and this type of science for 20 plus years tell me that I need to do something. It's the same as when I take my fucking car into a fucking mechanic. Working on cars for 20 years. I'm like, okay, that's what we got to do. I'm sure it's not. it's not going to be perfect, but like you're the one that has that information. I think that's the thing that we should do. So Bar's doing okay. We're doing okay. We're doing better now that we get to hang out with all y'all. And I do want to say to the Draces, to Alex, to Scott, thank you guys very much for hanging out. It's actually been a shitload of fun. I hope to do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I got like 5 hours to kill before I go to bed. So if you want to stay on and like keep hanging out, I'm down. You know?
I gotta
like,
go make dinner.
I gotta go. Well, actually, I'm working on. I'm actually trying to get a video posted either tonight or super duper early tomorrow. So I am gonna have to leave, Scott. But dude, hit me up on text, man. I'll fucking
come hang with us on Thursday, man.
Yeah.
Come watch Fury Road.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, we got.
Oh, is that the chrome cut? The black and white cut.
One of the things that anybody who's out there that's watching, if you're on our Patreon, we're doing basically like a Netflix watch party of a black and white cut that I color corrected myself. Of Mad Max Fury Road. It's fucking gorgeous. You
guys got to get on the Patreon. That's where I leak all the Alex Cruz dick pics. They're great. They're really good.
That's where we're.
He just watched his political career. It can either crumble or it's ascending.
That's where
one of the two.
It's on the way up, Morgan. It's on the way up.
That's how
boners work, Morgan.
Yeah.
That's where we really back the melanin right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But hey, we just want to say, get a picture, $2 a month. That gets you into a bunch of cool stuff that we're going to be doing online. Because I mean, we got a lot of time to kill. We'd love for you to join us. I know that we're going to be there. I'm going to be hosting it, and so all those details are in our Patreon.com/SeanTankTop. But guys, thank you guys so much. I appreciate y'all very much, and I love you. I miss you.
Thanks, everybody.
Absolutely, y'all. All right, and you guys take it easy, and
Dog's
we will talk
freaking out.
to y'all later.
Bye.
Later, man.